Thank you for joining us here at BusinessStreetOnline.com. I'm your host, Lance Cardoza, and today on Business Leaders Live, we have Lisa Anderson, the owner of Ironbird Massage Studios. But before that, we have a special message from Save Mart Center.
Cirque du Soleil invites you to discover Alegria. A powerful spectacle that has enchanted over 10 million people the world over. Don't miss a true classic from Cirque du Soleil, Alegria, presented by iShares. Coming soon at Save Mart Center from May 27 through 30. Get your tickets today at cirquedusoleil.com.
Thank you for joining us here at BusinessStreetOnline.com for Business Leaders Live. And I'm joined by our Business Leader of the Week, Lisa Anderson with Ironbird Massage Studios at the Ironbird Lofts. Thank you for being on the program.
Thank you, Lance, for having me. I appreciate it.
Good deal. What do you think of this beautiful psych screen, is what they call it, a psych studio?
Well, it's beautiful. Maybe the viewers can't see it, but it's bright green, and when I walked in, it really stood out to me.
It just pops out. It's Grizzly,
it does.
Yeah. Grizzly Bear Studios offers this to video production companies and an RGB company. They help us put this program together with Business Leaders Live, and we'd like to thank them.
So, my family started in Guyana, and then when I was about 11, we moved to Brooklyn.
Okay.
New York. So I was a Brooklyn kid for about 5 years or so.
Sort of a culture change there, shock there.
Definitely a culture shock, but many people who come from the West Indies and who come from Guyana, they land in certain places in the U.S., in particular Brooklyn, Florida, Georgia, so there's certain spots.
Yeah.
So we landed in Brooklyn, and we were there for a while, and then my family, we moved out to California in the early 90s, and we have been, in Southern California ever since.
Ever since. So what brought you to Fresno for the very first time?
Well, massage therapy is my second career. My first career was as an executive assistant. So I, would assist the president, the CEO of the corporation, keeping him or her organized, on track, scheduling, travel arrangements, you name it.
Big, heavy workloads and stressful days.
Exactly. So, and the more heavy of a workload the CEO or the president had for me, the heavier my work became. So, at times it was pretty stressful, depending on what industry it was and what, peak times of the year.
Now that was in Southern California before you even came to Fresno as well.
Southern California, primarily in the Orange County area.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I lived for a long time. And so I was hoping to purchase a home, and the prices in Orange County were so very high that I thought, well, I researched the valley a little bit, and prices here were so much more manageable, and I happened to get an executive assistant position with a home builder here. So it was perfect, actually. Yeah. So that's what brought me here to the Valley about 3.5 years ago.
Good deal. So then you did that for how long as you were here in Fresno?
I had that position for about a year, and then lost that position. The market went south. Unfortunately, but it was a great company. It was a good place to land, good people. Just I felt really welcomed, and they're clients now and still friends. So it was just fine. I really love the instant gratification that massage therapy gives me, because if I do a report and I'm an executive assistant, I'm not quite sure the real impact that report will have down the road. Was it needed? Was my work in vain? Was my time well spent? Or was it just yet another fact-finding kind of tool? But with massage therapy, it's in-the-minute feedback with your client. Your hand is on them, you're massaging them, they're telling you where it hurts, you're working on that, and they go, that familiar, it feels so much better, so it doesn't really get much better than that. It's very, very gratifying at the end of the day.
On Autry's show, we also talked about something that I thought was kind of interesting. When you when you were raised, what led you to what you're doing today? And like you said, it was maybe mom or it was grandma that when you had a headache or you were hurting in pain, that might have been your inspiration?
Probably, that and being surrounded by just, and not knowing what it was, because when you grow up in it, you don't really label it. You don't really say, okay, we are doing this holistic thing, we're doing this natural thing, or this organic thing. It's just a part of your life. But yes, if something hurt, because I think Alan asked, have you always, had an interest in massage therapy, and has it always been a part of you? And it's always been a part of me. I learned it from my family, I believe, because if something hurt, your mom massaged your hand. If your neck was hurting, she massaged it, or your grandmother massaged it. So it's just always a part of life there. Healthy touch.
Yeah, healthy touch. And let's talk a little bit about, because now you're taking it's a new venture with Iron Bird Massage Studios at the Iron Bird Lofts, which is a beautiful place.
It is.
If someone hasn't seen it or been by the Iron Bird Cafe, which is right next door to Lisa's studio, it's taken off. That cultural arts area and Simi's forethought and what they're doing is really starting to grab hold, and you're right there at the forefront.
I am, and I'm glad I'm there. I'm really glad I'm there, and I'm thankful to be able to use the Iron Bird name. So Reza Simi, he did a really good job with the project. There's some more coming up. I wouldn't have thought about downtown maybe even 3 months ago. I was in Northeast Fresno prior to that. I had a business there and also lived there. And then one evening, I think I was here probably eating somewhere in the area downtown, and happened to drive by the lofts, and then I checked it out more online, probably Facebook or something like that. And I came back probably a few days later just to get a tour, and I just really liked the vibe that was going on there. It's very hip, very urban, and that's definitely kind of my style. So coming from kind of Southern California and kind of a bigger area, so I really like the vibe that they have going on there. Very modern, connecting the community.
I remember being in the beginning when it was Vagabond, the hotel, the motel, and this concept and idea, and it just started during Autry's administration. It was starting to happen, and starting to. Our office is right downtown, so we have a love of downtown. So when I see that portion of downtown taking its own vibe on, it's just great. And to hear that you moved into that to start your next phase of your business is great.
The next chapter. It's good to see other businesses moving in there as well. The cafe started on March 1st, I believe, and then some other businesses moved in. I'm there. We have a web designer coming in. There's an architect there. There's going to be a furniture store. So there's, keep an eye out for what's going to be happening there. And it's not the only place where good things are happening downtown, of course, but it's definitely a hot spot right now. So I'm hoping to spread the word, get out there to the community and let people know that we're there. And education is a lot of, big part.
They're saying, boy, I wish I had that massage right now. How will they find you? And if you could tell them here at businessstreetonline.com how they will find you, Lisa, and more about your business.
Sure. We are located at 1901 Fulton Street, and we're Suite 110. And we're downtown Fresno, of course. The zip code is 93721. And our website is www.ironbirdmassagestudio.com. We also take advantage of online scheduling. So if you're sitting at your computer and you would like to come for an appointment during your lunch hour, maybe you're going to go to the cafe and then you're going to get a little 15-minute massage, you can go on our website and schedule yourself. It takes 2 minutes to set an appointment, do it right there. Or you can give us a call as well, and the number is 559-270-3791.
Perfect. Again, thank you, Lisa, for being on the program.
Thank you so much, Lance.
Thanks. We'll talk to you again. Thank you for joining us here at businessstreetonline.com. And each week we keep having more exciting entrepreneurs that come on the program, business leaders, if they're civically involved or they're out in the entrepreneur world, where we have great leaders that come on the program. And thank you for joining us here each week, Thursday at 11:30, businessstreetonline.com's Business Leaders Live.